Hi, Lily. I need to talk to you. I've been thinking about the layout of the new house. My room being on the second floor won't work. I'm going to need a room on the first floor.
Hi, Edward.
I'm getting old, Lily. My knees aren't what they used to be. You're not going to make me walk up and down stairs all day, are you?
I have to say I'm a little confused, Edward. I thought Liam told you you wouldn't be moving in with us. We're not building our new house with a room for you.
Don't be so defiant, Lily. I've already talked to your husband. He agrees it's best for everyone if I'm there.
Wait, what? Is that true?
Liam is a wonderful son. I raised him right. Of course, he said I could move in with you.
But I never agreed to that.
Don't be so cold-hearted. In my culture, it is the oldest son's responsibility to take care of his parents in their retirement years.
You're only 51.
Look, I just messaged you to tell you I'll be needing a room on the first floor.
I've already given a contractor the blueprints.
That's why I'm telling you. Now, the office next to the living room should be perfect. You'll just have to make the closet a little bigger.
Edward, I don't know what to say.
You can just use the room upstairs as the office. Use your brain.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no room upstairs for you.
Do you think marriage is a joke? You married my son. You have responsibilities as a wife and as a daughter-in-law.
I understand that. It's just that I told Liam. I don't think we should have you move into our house. I'm not comfortable with any of this.
You don't need to talk to your husband. The decision is already made.
Okay, Edward, I'll talk to Liam. Have a nice day. Liam, what's going on? Your father just messaged me about moving in with us. Why is he under the impression that we have room for him? I told you I don't want to live with your father.
Hey, Lily. I know what we said. I told Dad that you said you don't want him to move in.
What? Do you have to be that blunt? He didn't have to throw me under the bus like that.
It's the truth, right? Anyway, we talked about it for a while and I decided that he should move in after all.
What do you mean you decided? I said no. You can't just decide on your own.
I'm the man of the house. I'll decide who lives in it. You need to be a good wife and cooperate, and we need to do what's best for the family.
I don't want to live with your father. Remember when we first got married? He was horrible to me. He has a mean streak and he bullied me relentlessly.
You're overreacting. My dad isn't a mean person. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
You really believe that? You even saw some of it happen. There was that time when he got me men's shampoo for my birthday.
He's old. Maybe he thought it was for women. That's hardly the end of the world.
Either way, who gives shampoo as a present? I mean, what's that supposed to mean? That I stink?
He's just being helpful by getting you something you can use.
Fine. How about when we order delivery? And the family got together and he forgot my order.
You're being too sensitive. He makes mistakes sometimes. He's human.
Maybe once or twice. I'm talking about every time we order delivery. He always forgets my meal. Do you really think that's an accident?
Can't you be kinder to your father-in-law?
He pesters me about not having kids every time I see him. He usually chooses the most public places to ask me about it too.
You're being so intolerant. That's just how his generation is. Can you really blame him for wanting grandkids?
It's rude. You know he's gonna make my life hell if he moves in with us.
It's been 5 years. I'm sure things will be better. Besides, you don't complain about my father as much these days. It takes time to build a relationship.
We're getting along better because I put some distance between us. I had to move us a whole state away so that he couldn't just stop in on a whim to torture us. If I let him move in with us, it's gonna be unbearable. He'll be there night and day to torment me every day.
Maybe you need to make an effort to get him to like you. He is your father-in-law after all.
What? I was nothing but nice to him from the beginning. He's impossible.
Don't talk about my father like that. Okay? He raised me. I owe everything to him.
I know you love your father. That's great. But I can't live with him.
You're going to have to. I've already decided. We are. And I told Dad that he can move in with us.
You can't just make a decision like that on your own. It's my house, too.
But I'm the man of the house. You're my wife. You need to know your place.
Excuse me?
We all have responsibilities in life. Lily, you have a duty as a wife to respect me and my decisions. Honor your father and thy mother. It's the first commandment.
I know, but...
I am not going to let my aging father live on his own.
Liam, he's not old. He's only 51. He's not a frail old man in any way.
As the oldest son, I should be the one that takes care of him in retirement. It's the way he grew up. That's the way life is. I'm proud to be able to fulfill my duties as his son. It's the right thing to do.
I guess that's an admirable sentiment. I just don't think it has to be now. Maybe we could move in together when he needs physical assistance. He's still as attractive as I am, or more even.
You want to wait until he gets hurt to let him move in with us? He's moving in with us. End of discussion. You need to remember your place and obey your husband.
You can't be serious. What century do you think you're living in? I'm not agreeing to this.
This is a family matter. The head of the household has spoken. Shut up and go do something useful.
Edward, what do you think you're doing? Sending all this stuff to our house? What is all this anyway? You sent it all to us as cash on delivery. These are big boxes. It was pretty expensive.
It's my stuff, silly. Did you expect me to move in without my stuff?
I didn't expect you to move it all in. I told Liam several times that I'm not comfortable with that.
This is the problem with women in this country. You have no respect for the man you marry.
I don't do this. It's so much U.S. culture. More like the advancement in human rights and common beliefs.
So you're saying you want to do away with tradition. You're going to be damned to hell if you keep talking like that. A strong family is the most important thing one can have in life. A family is a team. Everybody has a role.
I'm not saying all tradition is bad. I'm just saying times have changed and your values aren't the same as mine.
I won't allow immorality to corrupt my family. You clearly need a re-education in virtues.
Edward, please try and be reasonable.
What's unreasonable is your blatant disrespect for your husband. You're a bad wife, Lily. When I move in, I will be setting things right. You better be ready for a few changes.
What? I said you're not moving in with us.
You will do as you are told from now on. None of this uppity attitude. Do you understand? You will take your responsibilities seriously and fulfill your duties as a wife. I won't let you stray the way you have been doing.
How have I been straying? You can't just declare the rules. Who do you think you are?
I'm your husband's father. Have some respect. I'm also the senior member of the household. When I move in, I will be taking care of the finances in the house. I'll manage the bank books and budget everything.
No, thank you. That won't be happening.
You know what can't be happening? Is a wife running around with too much money. I've heard from Liam about your arrangement. You each pay $1,000 for your bills and expenses, and keep the rest of your paycheck as personal money?
Yes, both of our jobs provide a housing allowance so that we can get by on $2,000 a month. We each deposit half of our joint spending account and pay the cost together.
That is unacceptable. Absolutely incomprehensible. That's all you contribute to the family? $1,000?
That's what we need to cover our expenses. Liam pays the same amount.
Where are you hiding the rest of the money? That is family money, not yours. You need to deposit all your income into a family account. You can have a monthly allowance for your needs. I'd say $100 should be plenty to cover whatever you need.
$100? You expect me to get by on that? Edward.
I don't understand how you can justify living like this. You're a married woman. Your home should be your first priority.
We're doing just fine, thank you. You have no right making financial decisions for us.
I've already discussed this with Liam. He's been too lenient with you. He's just too sweet for his own good. I'm going to make sure you become a proper wife and do my son right.
So you want me to deposit all of my income and live on a $100 allowance each month? You understand that's impossible, right?
You just need to learn to budget. This is the problem with young folk, just spending away without thinking about the future.
Edward, I work full time. I'm out all day, and I spend money because I need to. I have to drive to work, and gas costs money. I get a coffee on my way to work or lunch at work, and that costs money too. I have to make sure I look decent as well. I work in marketing with high-end clients. I have to update my wardrobe with suits that are appropriate for the workplace. I can't wear the same sweatpants every day like you do. That works for eating cookies on the couch all day, watching reality TV. But not if you're doing something with your life.
Now you're calling me lazy. I don't eat cookies in front of the TV all day. How dare you? You're living on $100 a month, and that's final. You can pack a lunch or take the bus if you need to save money. Be creative.
You may be able to live on $100 a month, staying at home like a bear in a cave, but I won't do that. I have a career. I love my job. I deserve to go out with my friends for lunch if I want.
I'll have you know, before Margaret went, I was in charge of the books. She worked, I took care of the house and our 3 children. A wife and husband must dedicate themselves completely to the home. Maybe you're working too much to see how you are neglecting your duties at home.
I know you're a full-time father and homemaker. I think that's wonderful. I happen to choose a different path for myself. Nowadays, many women have careers, Edward. Women delaying marriage and having children is pretty common. Some women choose to not get married at all, even.
Blasphemy. For heaven's sakes. You don't think that's your purpose in life, do you? A childless woman busy all day at work?
I won't let you take away my joy because you want to be a grandfather. Whether or not we have children and when is between Liam and I to discuss. Besides, I'm not taking away anything. Doesn't your daughter Julia have 2 kids?
I knew it. You're not gonna have children. Why did you even get married? I'm not standing by to watch you destroy Liam's life. Things are going to be changing once I move in. Mark my words.
If you insist on moving in with us, you'll need to pitch in for rent and expenses from your pension. Are you okay with that?
What? Don't be ridiculous. I'll do no such thing.
Family's a team, right? You need to pitch in and do your part. If you must, you can balance our books as well. I'll be checking it every month for any discrepancies, so I want it accurate, written down to the last cent.
I'm not an accountant or anything.
And you'll budget $100 allowance for yourself every month.
That's not happening. I can't live on $100 a month.
Oh, so you're expecting me to do something you know is impossible. It just goes to show you how detached you are from reality. Please try and be reasonable.
You can't talk to me like this. I'm your husband's father. You should have asked me to move in with you. Instead, I get humiliated by my daughter-in-law. I'm just glad Margaret isn't alive to see her oldest son be treated like this. I'm talking to Liam about your insolent attitude and disrespect. The man of the house is going to put you in your place.
Lily, what did you say to my father? He was so distraught he could barely even talk. He said, you said stay-at-home fathers are lazy. My father was amazing. He raised us 3 kids and took care of the house.
I didn't say that. He's beyond reason, Liam. I can't live with him. You have to understand. This can't happen.
What can't be happening is your disobedient attitude. The Bible says, wives submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
You are joking. You're not going to start pressuring me with Bible verses, are you?
I'm talking about how things are meant to be, the natural order of things. I'm the man, the leader of our household. You, as my wife, are in charge of the house. You should be dedicating yourself completely.
We're paying for everything, half and half. How can you say I'm not doing my part?
You shouldn't be hiding your income from me. There shouldn't be any secrets between us. From now on, you will deposit all of your earnings into the family bank account. That includes bonuses or any other extra income. Got it? And you'll receive $100 a month allowance.
Really? All right then, let's do it your way. We'll all deposit our income into the family account. Your income, your father's pension, and my income. We'll all live on $100 a month allowance.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You know it's the right thing to do. We all pitch in. That seems fair to me.
I'm a man, Lily. I'm not going to live on $100 a month. I'll be getting a $2,000 allowance. I can't be seen around town with empty pockets.
Oh, so you deserve 20 times as much as I do.
You're lucky to be getting an allowance at all, Lily. You're risking me taking that away too. Oh, and there's no way we're obligating Dad to pay anything. He raised me. It would be an insult to him to ask for anything.
You can't be serious, after all that talk about family members pitching in.
He's talking about a wife's duty. You need to know your place and devote yourself to the household work. Do the housework. Be accommodating in general, like a good housewife should. Learn to be seen and not heard. Have some respect for your husband and your father-in-law.
I don't know when you started being this way, Liam. You used to be different. I would never have built a house with you if I knew this was going to happen.
Well, it's too late now. The house is being built as we speak. We're going to be living with my father, and that's that.
I can't agree to this. My life is going to be miserable.
Like I said, maybe you should try to get along with Dad better. He just wants what's best for us. As soon as you accept your place in the family, you can get back on track of being a righteous woman.
That's enough, you self-righteous papa's boy. I'm not moving into a house with you or that unbearable father of yours.
What? You can't back out now. The house is almost done. We're getting ready to move. My dad started sending him stuff over already.
I'll cancel the contract. I'll move out of the apartment we live in within a week.
What? Slow down. Don't get hysterical on me. You're not moving out. Just calm down.
You can't just order me to do what you want. It's the 21st century. Women have equal rights to men.
Fine, get out. I don't need a woman like you in my life anyway. You can get out. I'll just live in the house with my father.
I don't think that'll be happening either. I guess you think you could just kick out your wife of the house you're building together?
Hey, you're the one that said you wanted to leave, so leave. I'll be taking the house.
Though you won't be able to live in the house, I'll be canceling the contract.
Oh, shut up with that crap. You're not canceling anything. The house is basically done.
Actually, it's not. I guess you don't know because I'm the only one who's been dealing with the contractors.
What do you mean it's not?
There's been a huge delay in construction. We couldn't get our hands on some materials because manufacturing shut down and there were transportation issues. The contractors had trouble finding skilled workers like carpenters and electricians. You know how things are now.
I guess, but it's almost done, right? I mean, we were supposed to move in this weekend.
The house is nowhere close to livable at this point. Why do you think we haven't even started packing yet?
What? But I've driven by the house. It's looking good.
They just did the walls and the roof. Nothing is done inside yet. It's basically a box. None of the interior construction has been started.
But, so what's gonna happen?
I'll cancel the contract and call up the real estate agent. We'll just put the land back on the market.
You think it's going to be that easy? You have no idea how the real world works. The market fluctuates. Things are way more complicated than that.
My cousin helped me find the property we got for a really good deal. She didn't even take a commission. She'll help me take care of the house, don't worry.
You can't do this. This is our dream house. We designed it together.
Yes, I imagined a future with you in this house. This isn't a dream house, though. It's a nightmare house. I don't mind some traditional values in our marriage. I don't mind cooking or dressing modestly.
I'm not asking you for anything special. This is a marriage.
No, it's not. I'm not your servant or your maid. I'm not going to put myself in that situation. I'm leaving you. I'll sign the divorce papers and send them to you.
Wait, Lily, calm down. At least don't cancel on the house. We can talk about this.
I need to go make some arrangements. I'll talk to you later once I get the divorce papers.
Wait.
What do you think you're doing? I heard you canceled the contract on the house. You've got a lot of nerve, don't you?
Oh, hello, Edward. Sounds like you know what I'm doing. I'm canceling the contract for the house. I'm going to divorce Liam, and we won't be needing this house anymore.
In my day, your wife never even dared to ask for a divorce. We married for life. I guess you wouldn't know anything about standing by your man.
Times are different, Edward. I don't just stay in a bad relationship. I deserve better.
Liam is a wonderful husband. You're the one who's causing all these problems.
Regardless of who you may feel is to blame for it, we're getting a divorce. And I'm canceling the contract for a new house.
This is unacceptable. I am your father-in-law. What is this I hear about the house not even being ready to move into?
There's been delays due to various circumstances. It's been impossible to stick to the schedule.
You're just incompetent, Lily. You shouldn't have been dealing with the contractor to begin with. You have no right to cancel anything. Liam is the man of the house. He's the only one that can cancel anything. We'll just explain to the contractor that a spiteful wife canceled behind his back, and everything will be straightened out.
Edward, I told you I canceled the contract already. It's done.
Everything is in your husband's name, Lily. This is the problem with women sticking their noses where they don't belong. You're wasting your time attacking Liam like this. If you're walking away from your marriage, you're walking away from the house.
The contract is in my name. The loan, land, titles, everything.
What? How is that possible? Liam is the man of the house. He's the breadwinner. His name should be on everything. Why would anything be in your name?
Because I'm the breadwinner of the house, Edward. I make a lot more than Liam.
What? How is that even possible?
Because I got an education and worked hard at my job? I just do. I make about 5 times more than your son right now.
It's unbelievable. No, that can't be right. Liam has a good job at that fancy car dealership. He's making good money.
I thought so too. Turns out he lost that job. I only found out when he went to apply for the house loan. We tried getting a loan under his name, but he couldn't qualify. I mean, we were applying for a higher-end district, but still, I thought it was strange. So I asked him about it, and it turns out that he was fired almost 6 months ago.
What? Why didn't he tell me what happened?
Edward, are you aware of Liam's gambling problem? I thought he was keeping it under control this time, but he's been struggling.
Gambling? Not my Liam. He knows that's Satan's game.
He had a problem before we got married, but he quit. I wasn't sure he'd gotten over it. I paid off his bookies. He stopped going to sports bars, and he swore that he was a changed man.
His bookies? I can't believe it.
He'd been clean for 4 years, but he somehow got hooked on online gambling.
Online gambling?
They have websites and apps now where you can bet on sports and play casino games and stuff.
That's horrible.
He lost his job because he got caught multiple times sitting in a car on his phone for hours.
But I'm so confused.
So he was doing day labor to make the $1,000 a month deposit so I wouldn't notice. He's been broke for months.
This can't be happening.
I stood by him as a wife, and I helped him pay off the debts and urged him to go to counseling. I think I've done the best I can. But he started changing since we started building the house. He started quoting Bible verses at me and telling me lies, and I need to know my place as a woman.
He's just being a man. I don't see what the problem is.
I know you're reinforcing these ideas of patriarchy. And Liam, he seems to get worse every time he talks to you.
I was just instilling traditional values from my culture. You can understand, can't you? I'm your father-in-law.
He won't be my father-in-law anymore since I'm divorcing your son. You can stop forcing your values on me.
Okay, fine. We can agree to disagree. I didn't know about all this other stuff you guys have going on. You were being a supportive wife. I just didn't know it.
Okay, thank you. I think I'm a good wife too.
So why don't we all try to work it out? We can talk about arrangements. You don't need to get a divorce.
Oh no, I'm definitely getting a divorce. Please don't start pretending to be nice to me. It's unnecessary.
Please rethink this. Don't be rash. I'm willing to compromise. How about I live in the room upstairs? You can have the office.
There's no house. Look, I'm really busy. I have to get the paperwork done for my divorce. I have to make moving arrangements. I really don't have the time right now.
Just sleep on it for a few days. Don't act on your emotions like this.
I've tolerated enough from both of you. I won't be belittled and used in the name of the family anymore. I'm packing my things and I'm moving out within a week. I have tons of things to do. I have to pack, too.
Let's talk about this, please.
That reminds me. You need to move the boxes you sent over to the unfinished house. It's going to get in the way when we tear down the house. Please get that done as soon as possible.
What?
I'm sorry. I've got to go. Goodbye.
Please, Lily, don't divorce me. We're family. We can get through this.
I've been through enough. There's nothing you can say to convince me.
We've been through so much together. We're building a new house. It's a new house to a new start. We'll start fresh. Everything's going to be great. You just have to give it a try. I promise things are going to be different.
Huh?
Yeah, Dad can pitch in around the house and help with cleaning and cooking. I mean, you work full time and you don't have to deposit all of your income. It's fine. You can decide what you spend your money on.
You understand that women are equal to men? You're not going to talk down to women anymore.
I won't. I promise. I respect you. You're an independent woman. I won't talk to you like that anymore. I swear.
Oh, I wasn't talking about me. You shouldn't talk down to any woman. We all deserve respect. And yes, I'm independent and I will be leaving you. I don't need you in my life.
What? You tricked me into begging you? You manipulative witch?
You're never going to change. I hope you're very happy living with your like-minded father.
We'll be just fine. We're better off without you.
Great. I'll be sending you some paperwork in the mail. Please get things done in a timely manner.
You wish. You're going to regret this.
Goodbye.
Wait.
Eventually, it took a while for Liam to agree to sign the papers, but it finally got done and I was officially divorced. Liam and his father moved into a cheap apartment together, but they still didn't have enough to live on every month. Edward was surprised at how little her son was making and began to look for work as well. But with no work experience on his resume, he struggled to find a job. He managed to find a job as a cleaner in an office building and is busy sweeping, mopping, and cleaning toilets every day. Apparently, in their tradition, the husband is above the wife. But the father is all-powerful now that they can live together. And Edward doesn't have me to bully. He's taken charge of Liam's life to get it back on the righteous path. He has a curfew and is forced to forfeit all his income. At least he won't be able to gamble away what little money he is getting. And in the end, I made out excellently. I couldn't have asked for a better outcome. My cousin arranged for the house to be torn down immediately, and I sold the land right away. I'm glad we had purchased in a high-end district with land prices rising, because I ended up selling it for way more than I paid for it. Not only covering the building and demolition costs, but making a little pocket money. I've already moved to a different neighborhood and started my new life. I'm moving on with my life. I feel free now. I can go wherever I want and do whatever I want.